there, Shelly here with Shelly Can Help, and I love teaching you how to eat and cook a little bit healthier. My husband almost died 10 years ago from a massive heart attack, and when that happened, I really learned a holistic way to eat healthier. Not only to help my husband heal his heart, but also I started feeling better when I was applying these very simple tactics to our everyday life when it comes to our relationship with food. It doesn't have to be extreme. You don't have to go on some crazy diet. You don't have to be vegan. I'm here to show you tiny little steps that you can make, whether that's in the ingredients that you buy for your recipes or the food that you're buying when you're eating out. It makes a difference. Every meal matters. But I also like to teach balance. And I feel like if I can help you shop at the grocery store with confidence, you're more likely to pick healthier ingredients, which makes your meals more nutritious. So today I want to talk about eggs. I mean, we all love eggs. Eggs are very nutritious. There's some, old information out there about the yolk, and I encourage you to eat the yolk. The yolk has a lot of vitamin D in it. Since COVID, they have done a lot of studies that have proven the power of vitamin D and how it affects the immune system. So vitamin C is super important for our immune system, but vitamin D is essential as well. So when you're eating an egg, this yolk inside this beautiful egg is filled with vitamin D and protein. About 6 grams of protein per egg, by the way. My husband and I eat a ton of eggs. I think we buy 3 dozen a week. It's a very essential food in our daily diet, but I want to help you shop for the eggs so that you're buying the right kind. Now, my neighbor provides eggs for us. I'm very blessed. If you don't have your own chickens or a wonderful neighbor, let me teach you some tips on buying your eggs at the grocery store. We want to avoid those ones that are in the styrofoam container. Those are your cheap eggs. The chickens are in a factory. They get no sunlight. Most of them live their entire life in a cage, fed a terrible diet. They're stressed out, and they're given all kinds of things to make them grow fast. And we just don't need those kind of eggs in our diet because the eggs are not going to produce the nutrients that we need if the chickens aren't living their best life. So my favorite type of egg that you can buy at the grocery store is pasture-raised eggs. Doesn't matter what brand. I know this brand, Vital Farms, is very popular. You can find it at most grocery stores. You want to look for this phrase though, pasture-raised. Let me explain what that means. These chickens are raised in a pasture. They get to see the sunlight, they get to eat the grubs and worms from the earth, they get the minerals from the earth, and they are living their best life. So how do you think their eggs are gonna be? Pretty nutritious and delicious. Makes a difference. There's probably a $2 difference in price, but you're also paying for prevention and health. So when next time you go to the grocery store, avoid the styrofoam, try to get pasture raised. If you can't find the pasture raised, cage-free is not great, but that means they're not in a cage. They're probably still in a factory. The second best one is probably free range, which means they get some type of free range during the day and they are exposed to the sun. There are no rules and regulations on the environment they have to be in for free range, so they can be on concrete, but they have to have some sunlight every day. So the best ones are the ones your neighbors give you, the ones you have in your backyard, or pasture-raised eggs. When you are cooking with your eggs, here's a little tip. If you get your eggs and you've had them for a little while and you're curious to know if they're still good or not, put your eggs in some water, like a pot of water. If the egg stays on its side like this, that means it's still very fresh and you can use it any way you want. If the egg starts floating up like this, that means it's a little older. It doesn't mean you can't use it, but I wouldn't use it for scrambling and stuff like that. I would strictly use those for boiled eggs because what happens over time, gases enter the egg and it forms a little air pocket, and that's why it floats up. And that air pocket is actually really good and it makes peeling easier because you can stick your thumb in there and peel it right off. So little fact on eggs, if they're fresh, they lay flat. If they're not as fresh, week 2, 3 weeks old, they float upwards. I hope this helps you shop for your eggs with confidence. Be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and comment below for all the things so I can encourage you in your own kitchen.